Okay. I've been needing to make this video for a while now. A lot of people's bank accounts keep curling into the field position every single month. And it's not because you're bad at sales, it's because a lot of people are lazy in discovery. A prospect says they just want to make more money. A fitness prospect says they just want to lose more weight. And you just accept it at that. You just nod. You take the surface answer and you try to close on that. And it never works. The whole call stays shallow. You get hit with like, let me think about it objections. You get hit with, let me get back to you. Those could have been easily destroyed 20 minutes earlier. By the end of this video, you're going to fully understand exactly why things like, I want to make more money is usually never the real goal and the psychology behind that. Second, the hero probing sequence, the single most powerful reframe for any discovery conversation. And third, how to read whether the conversation is actually going somewhere or just dancing in circles. Okay, so stay until the end. The probing technique I'm going to show you is something most people never learn. I've generated millions in cash collected over my career, and the system that I'm about to show you is literally the same one that I use for my my clients one-on-one and my internal clients. Let's get into it. Okay, so pillar number one, the smoke screen, right? So here's what happens on 90% of sales calls. The prospect says something like, oh, I want to double my revenue, or I want to hit 50K a month, right? In fitness, it's like, I want to lose 30 pounds, and the rep hears that, and they think, oh, great, I have the goal. Awesome, let me move on and then pitch the solution later. But that's where the deal starts dying, right? Because here's what nobody talks about or thinks about. More money means more problems. More revenue means more operations. More hiring means more risk, more sleepless nights. More weight loss means more discipline, more sacrifice, more mornings you have to drag yourself to the gym every morning when you don't want to. More of anything good comes with more of everything hard. So the question isn't like, what do you want? The real question is, why are you willing to bear all that weight? Nobody just wants to double their income. Nobody just wants to lose 30 pounds. There's a reason why they're willing to endure that pain that comes with the goal. And that reason is where the close lives. Like, another way to ask, what has you bearing all this weight? Another way to ask it is like, what has you shouldering all this responsibility? Because you want to understand, like, why they're even bothering to do more, right? Like, why they're even bothering to strive for more. Let me ask you something right now, right? Think about your last 5 sales calls. How many times did the prospect give you a service level goal and you just accepted it and moved on? Be honest. We've all been there, right? Because I already know the answer for most of you. It's probably 4 out of 5, maybe all 5, but let me know in the comments. All right, pillar 2, which is the hero probing sequence. So here's how you actually get beneath all the fluff that people give you in the discovery, right? And this requires a shift in how you actually see your role in a sales call. Like, you're not an order taker. You're not like a cashier. You're not here to hear the goal and then pitch the solution. You're here to excavate. You're here to get surgical, to find the true hero behind their answers, right? Like, when a prospect says, I want to hit 100K a month, and you nod, no, you have to pause. And the first thing that you do is prime their brain with a softener, something like, I use this a lot. If you've ever seen my sales calls, I do a lot of live sales calls. I always say, okay, I just want to take a time out here for a second. I just want to honor and respect what you're saying right now, because I can tell that this is extremely important to you. That line does something very specific. It slows the conversation down. It signals that you're not rushing to pitch. It tells their subconscious that this person actually gives a shit about what I'm saying. And it opens the door to like more depth. Then you ask the real question. What has you willing to bear all this weight? Or what has you up at night thinking about this? Or help me understand, like, what's really behind all this? What's really driving all of this? And here's what happens. Like, they will go somewhere they didn't expect to go, because most people have never been asked any of these questions, not by their spouse, not by their business partner, not by, definitely not by a salesperson ever, right? So you might be the first person ever in their life that has ever said something like this to them, right? I see the goal, but I want to know what's underneath it, right? So you're reaching past the surface, like past the rehearsed pitch that they give everybody. Oh yeah, how's your day? I'm doing good. Yeah, nice to meet you. But you're touching the real thing, like the real thing, the identity, their purpose, the fiber of who they are to their core. That's the level of depth you're going for. This is like the exact process that we walk our clients through in our portfolio. The probing framework goes significantly deeper than what I can cover in like a single video. So, I mean, getting a full call reviewed one-on-one definitely helps identify these gaps a lot faster because it's no longer theory, like it's actually your real sales calls. It becomes real patterns. If that interests you, there's a link in the description, okay? I'm gonna move on. Because this next piece is, what tells you whether it's actually working, like once you do the software and once you ask what's behind that. And by the way, if you're still watching this, if something is clicking, drop a comment and tell me what niche you sell in. Okay, I read every single one. Okay, so pillar 3, number 3, is reading the conversation. So you softened and probed, right? The prospect is starting to go deeper. How do you know it's working? Here's the test. So you'll know the conversation is moving forward because it's moving in a straight line, not dancing around, not circling, not going in and out like a tree. No, it's not ping pong. It's not vague question after vague question. Because when you're doing the conversation right, every question feels earned. You've built enough trust through, emotional safety, and they have permission to go deeper, which naturally leads to the next questions. Because if you watch any of my sales calls, guys, like any of them, you'll know that my probing sequences are very natural. Like I get from the frame to pre-handling objections and then pitching all in one go. It's like I get the consequence, I get the goal, I get the doubt, I get the DIY objection, I get everything that I need in one way. Like literally I probe, the probes get probed, right? It's just one line, right? Because if you start dancing from one thing to another, the conversation feels very forced and it also doesn't feel genuine. Like it feels like you have an agenda versus like you're genuinely trying to understand where this person is and like you're trying to feel their heart, like you're trying to hold their heart in their hand and like, really understand them. That being said, right, like you're uncovering emotional drivers in one way, like the things that make them feel something, not just think something. You're uncovering desired states, not like, I just want to make more money. No, like you want to do like, I want to walk into a room and know that I built something that matters. Like that's the feeling that you're trying to uncover. You're also uncovering consequences, like I said. And what happens if you don't solve this? What if nothing changes? That's what expands the gap, okay? The distance between where they are now and where they need to be. The wider the gap, the more your offer becomes the bridge to get across that gap. So I'm going to tell you about a time where I reviewed a call with one of my clients, Marcus. He was selling for a lead generation agency that served car retailers, okay? The prospect comes on and let's call him Frank, okay? So Frank says, yeah, he just wants to hit 50K a month in his business, whatever. Standard answer. And, but here's the thing. Like, Frank was already making 25K a month. So Marcus froze because he couldn't figure out, like, where to go from there. Like, he thought, like, oh, like, great. He couldn't find the real desire underneath the number. So what he did, like most people, he just kept the call moving, stay logistical. He pitched, and at the end of the call, Frank hit him with I'm going to get back to you. Thank you for your time. Dead call, right? So the one thing that I told Marcus was simple. Just be present in the conversation. Present enough to find an opening. So I role played with him, right? So we reverse roles. I was him. He was Frank, right? And the moment that he says to me, yeah, I just want to get to 50K a month. Like we're already growing and I want to see what you guys have to offer. I paused, nodded my head, took a breath and said, yeah, well, I'm glad you're doing well in your business. 25K a month. Not many brick and mortar businesses pull it off, but doubling your income, that's very specific, right? Like what's behind you wanting to literally double your revenue? Like what has you shouldering all the responsibility for? And Marcus went quiet for like 10 seconds. Like he didn't know what to say. Because that question forced him to go deep past the logic, past the surface. He had to find something real. Like he had to, right? If he didn't, I would have reframed the question again. But, we started talking about like his family and how he wanted to spend more time with his kids. And I probed like, oh, why is that important? Family, kids, oh, vacations. Like I started probing, right? Which is why I closed him right there in the role play in front of all my clients. After that moment, Marcus, he never got on another call with me complaining about shallow service level conversations. Because that was never about 50K a month. That was about identity. That was about a promise that Frank made to himself before he even understood what money was. Like, why does someone even start a business in the first place? Why does someone even make 25K? And in that moment, the close was already done. Not because of a pitch, not because of a feature stack, but because like Marcus literally heard himself say the real thing out loud and there was no going back. How? Like, how would you be able to go back? All right, so this is what happens when you go beneath the smoke screen, get the probe, close the deal. So let's recap. Okay, so we'll just lock everything in here. So first thing, number one, is like the service level goal is never the real goal. Like more of anything comes with more things, right? More problems. The reason they're willing to carry the cross, the reason why they're willing to carry it in the first place. Number two, using the hero probing sequence, which is priming them with the softener, and then probe to find the true hero underneath. Number three, reading the conversation, because you need to make sure that the conversation is linear. If it's circular, then that means you have to reframe and reapproach. Okay, so these three things fundamentally will change every sales call you run from today forward. Now, if you want the full probing framework with every word track, every softener, every follow-up, every mapped out step-by-step thing that I have, I'm choosing 5 people who want every sales call they've taken in the last 7 days fully reviewed one-on-one with me. And as a bonus, I'll also hand you the exact system that we use to review every sales call automatically, increase close rate, completely free. The link is in the description. And if this video changed something for you, hit subscribe. This is what we do here. See you on the next one.